Hi everyone, Brisolyn here, back at it again with a beginner deathmatch tips and tricks video. It's been like a year since I uploaded the last one, and a lot has changed since then. The thing that has changed the most, well, I definitely chopped like 8 inches off my hair the other day. It's a quarantine vibe. I was gonna record this 2 days ago when my elo was 1598, my all-time high, but as the cookie crumbles, I'm at 1487, still good, still top 200, and I have tons of information to share with you that I've learned from the pros in the scene, that I've learned through my own experiences playing DM, so let's get to it. All right, first tip, and this will rock your world. The Grayscale Minimap. This shows you where all the hills are. Really good for determining where your winning conditions are, the hills you have to take, the ones that are denying your gold, denying your opponent's gold, and figuring out your roadmap for the game. So the Grayscale Minimap is a game changer for deathmatch. If your opponent has taken a hill and you can't seem to win it back and it is denying you of your resources, just go around it. Fighting uphill is not what you want to do, and sometimes you end up wasting so many resources trying to win that hill back, it ends up not being worth it. So just go around it. You don't have to fight uphill, you don't have to go through the hill. Use it to your advantage. Take map control while they're camping that hill. Another tip, make sure you're constantly creating military units. A really good way to practice this is by doing the 4-minute Huns challenge, which I made a video of previously. The 4-minute Huns challenge is when you try to produce 80 plus military units while picking off the enemy's villagers. I would absolutely recommend to any new player out there, do the 4-minute Huns challenge, because then you'll become unbeatable. Another quick tip, high APM does not mean high accuracy. Now, of course, a lot of the pros do have high APM and high accuracy, but of course, deathmatch is famed for being fast and furious and just madness. But sometimes, if you're moving around a lot, clicking a lot of things, that doesn't mean they're going to be accurate. So sometimes it really is advantageous to make sure your decisions are smart and correct, just taking that extra second to make that building placement better, to make that farm positioning better. I know, I make bad farms. I'm working on it. In the previous video, I mentioned to start your eco early. So a really helpful tip is to start building your TCs on gold mines as soon as your beginning build order is finishing. So if your Huns, you've just finished putting up your barracks, your stables, your archery ranges, start putting down those TCs and get your eco going. Another tip, raid early, raid often. Make life difficult for your opponent, okay? Do what you can to deny that eco, deny those military buildings, stop them from ever building up. And if it is late game, raid with hussars, raid with heavy cav archers. Be an annoyance with towers. If you're Japanese, if you're Koreans, even Incas, don't let your opponent rest. When you start a deathmatch game, you have your 3 villagers, your scout, and your TC. The first thing you always want to do is make villagers first. The second step is where things start to vary a little bit. Now, you can queue villagers, then immediately send your scout to the enemy, or you can queue villagers and then build house, barracks, put the foundations down, and then send your scout. It really is dependent on how aggressive you're feeling, the civ that you're playing. Of course, putting your foundations down before you send your scout is absolutely a very good defensive way to start a game. But sometimes sending that scout, that extra split second, if you're gonna micro the heck out of that scout against your opponent, can really make a difference. But only do that if you're absolutely confident in your start. Another tip, don't spend too much time staring at your fight. I know it's a war game. We want to see our armies fighting the enemy. One of my friends actually referred to this as don't babysit your army. Don't over micro them. Sometimes the best thing to do is look at your army, compare the numbers of yours and your enemy's army, just patrol it in, move on to the next thing, go focus on map expansion, map control instead. And last but not least, I'm going to mention it because it is the most ignored thing for so many players, but get those relics. I mean it. Make those monasteries, pick up those relics, get that free gold, because if you don't get that free gold, your enemy will. And if neither of you do, then there's going to be a lot of free gold that's just sitting there waiting. So get those relics, put them in your monastery, and enjoy the benefits. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button to be apprised of future content. I also do free coaching sessions on my stream, twitch.tv/Brisolyn, so head on over there. I'm live Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And last but not least, you're doing a good job, and your hair looks nice. I'll see you next time. Bye!